Some storms after we had a pretty nice Easter for most of us. Our high about 85. It felt kind of hot to a lot of us because of the mugginess, but at least the strong thunderstorms waited until late, really until about now, over the past hour or so that we've seen it arriving for some of our North Shore spots. And earlier today, of course, it was just kind of that humid setup. Tomorrow will be really different, but currently we do have the rain across Tangipahoa Parish, now getting into Folsom and the corner of north of the lake spots in St. Tammany Parish. And then also we've had some in our Mississippi counties as well. And the big thing again is to kind of note how much lightning was with this cell. I was looking at it earlier, many hundreds of strikes per 10-minute periods. And now it has fallen off, the lightning decreasing. The high wind gust potential not as high anymore. And earlier we were looking at the potential for some possibly large hail, and that was an element we were watching with some of the severe warnings to our north. But thankfully, these are just kind of our regular thunderstorms. Might be some heavy rain for sure. It might be rather strong, but thankfully not prompting those severe warnings right now. Here's the tentative timeline for this cell as it rolls across to the east-southeast. You can see in the next hour or so across St. Tammany Parish. And again, we have until midnight, another couple hours to go of this severe thunderstorm watch. But thankfully, the storms that were much stronger, as I mentioned, around Monroe, Louisiana to Jackson, Mississippi, once they got pretty much almost to the state line of Mississippi and Louisiana, they did start to weaken a little bit. So we'll continue watching, of course. I'll be watching into the night here at WWL and keep you covered in case there are any warnings. But the trend, I think, this is by midnight, and then after midnight will be for the rain to kind of break up and not be as strong. And then by 7 a.m. tomorrow, I was showing you, looks pretty quiet. We'll start with some clouds, temperatures in the 60s, and then look what happens through the day. Here we are by 2 p.m. Lots of sun coming out. Temperatures not getting into the middle 80s like today, probably stopping in the upper 70s. Should be a really, actually very pleasant Monday and actually a very nice week ahead. Tuesday looks super dry and very nice with highs right around here where our temperature is right now. That will be our daytime high once we get into Tuesday. So currently in the 70s. Our wake up forecast on your Monday morning, again, mainly dry, some clouds for sure, but skies will be gradually clearing. Northwest winds maybe a little bit breezy up to about 12 or 15 miles per hour. And then our temperatures mainly in the 60s. And then as we move into the forecast for tomorrow and Tuesday, it stays very pleasant, and Wednesday too. And then for the later part of the week, a lot of us have our eye on that for the Zurich Classic and French Quarter Fest. I'll show you that in a second, but looks pretty good right now. Tomorrow, highs about 78. Mostly sunny, again, turning cooler and nice compared to maybe kind of the muggy feel that some of us didn't really want perhaps for Easter weekend, but again, wasn't a bad day at all, I thought. Here is our map with available moisture in the atmosphere, where you see the blues and greens and eventually the oranges and yellows. That is increasing moisture, and the blues and especially purples indicates dry air. So we are going to get, you saw that front hovering just outside our area. That will pass through early tomorrow, and another shot of dry air will move in later in the day, so that Tuesday we'll have some really low humidity. It should feel fantastic if you're not ready for the summertime kind of humidity just yet. So you can see all the purples here, but watch the color change as we get toward the end of the week. Humidity starts to creep back up, and we'll also have our temperatures back into the 80s. But look at this. This is our French Quarter Fest forecast. So many of us really excited about this. We have the Zurich Classic as well, and these are going to be our high temperatures, likely in the 80s, so a little warm, humidity getting back up, but no hugely hazardous or disruptive weather, I think. Just a little bit breezy, and then Saturday and Sunday, we might have a 20 or 30% chance for some spotty rain. But at this point, it doesn't look like a big, strong thunderstorm system or severe storm system. Maybe just some isolated showers or maybe a couple of storms. So overall, not bad heading into that big key time frame from Thursday into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, although it will be warmer. If you do like it cool, enjoy a couple of these mornings. Tuesday and Wednesday will start in the 50s to about 60 degrees. So a little bit of that cool feel still here this week at least.
The Pelicans